Good afternoon. Now your STV News, including the headlines for Ayr. Almost 3/4 of adults in Scotland have been so stressed in the last year they have been left feeling unable to cope. The findings come from a survey by the Mental Health Foundation. Campaigners say it's a public mental health challenge and want it to be taken as seriously as physical health concerns.
Stress quite often manifests through physical illness. So that was one of the things that came through in our report. So for instance, you might find that particularly stomach issues, starting to increasingly get stomach issues, feeling run down all the time. Is that a sign that actually you're taking on too much and you have to stop and pause?
Police are treating the death of a woman whose body was found in a wooded area in Perthshire as suspicious. The body of Annalise Johnston was found between Urquhart and Dunning last Thursday. The 22-year-old from Ardrossan in Ayrshire left home around 5 p.m. on Wednesday and travelled to the Tayside area. Officers are appealing for information. Prisoners serving custodial sentences should be given the right to vote, according to a committee of MSPs. Holyrood's Equalities and Human Rights Committee believe denying inmates the vote doesn't serve the interests of society or their rehabilitation.
The committee took the opportunity to take quite a long view of what the options are out there and what we could do here, and we've made recommendations to the government on that basis. The conclusion of the report is every prisoner, and it's a considered view of the committee. It's not a conclusion as in the end of a journey here. We're on this journey, but the majority view of the committee is that we should lift the ban.
Plans are being unveiled which could see a community buyout of one of Scotland's most popular visitor centres. Future proposals for the site at Urquhart Castle near Loch Ness will be considered by the area's community council. A buyout could pave the way for similar moves at other historic attractions.
It is a tremendous opportunity for, as the Act says, for the community to empower themselves and to benefit from the cash injection they would get by running this particular asset and other assets that we're going for. It's not just the castle, it's the visitor centre and also a sector of land.
The first national online portal to tackle hate crime has been launched in Scotland. Action on Prejudice is a website aimed at providing young people and those who work with them the resources to address discrimination and promote equality. There's around 900 cases of hate crime a year involving 11 to 15-year-olds.
Well, I think we'd like to say that Scotland is a very inclusive, cohesive society, but in fact, recent reports have shown us that that's not really the case, that there is a rising trend in hate crime and discrimination.
We're working to encourage reporting of hate crime. Obviously, we want as many incidents and crimes to be reported to us so that we can take appropriate action and investigate those, and we'll continue to do so.
Now, a major new study into the impact of Robert Burns on the Scottish economy has been announced. Funded by the Scottish Government, it will look at what's described as a global fascination with our national bard. The study by Glasgow University is believed to be a world first in assessing the economic value of a global icon.
Nearly all of Scotland's international brand recognition comes from this period round Burns, the 18th and 19th centuries. And he's a central point, not the only central point, but he's a central point that holds it together for many people across the world. He seems to embody some of the values we like to think of as Scottish, you know, communitarian, humanitarian, trustworthy.
Now, a rare bearded seal has been making itself at home in Lerwick. The animal, normally found in Arctic waters, was first spotted on Friday morning at the town's Victoria Pier, enjoying the Shetland sunshine.
It's pretty unusual for this to happen. In fact, I'd even say rare. So it's quite something having it not only in Shetland, but to be at Victoria Pier on the Bressy Slipway. So it's quite unusual. I don't think that's ever happened.
Uncapped Aberdeen captain Graham Shinney's been included in the Scotland squad for their forthcoming friendlies in Peru and Mexico. His Dons teammate Scott McKenna is also among the 24 players selected. Two other players who spent the season at Pittodrie, Norwich-bound Kenny McLean and Celtic loanee Ryan Christie, will also make the trip.
Shinney again has had a very consistent season. Aberdeen finishing second, I think, for 4 in a row, which is an amazing achievement for Derek McInnes. I think they kind of just crept back in there, you know, when it looked as if their season was going to peter out. Guys like Shinnie have been responsible for the Aberdeen second position.
That's all we've got time for just now. Here's the weather. Bye-bye.
TUI sponsors STV Weather. TUI sponsors STV Weather.